Hello, my name is Donovan Neal. For those of you that do not know, I am acting director of the Status Initiative, at least our portion of it, and that is a group on Facebook. For those of you that have stumbled across this on YouTube and have no idea who I am or what I'm talking about, uh, there's a group on Facebook called the Status Initiative that myself and a few of my very close colleagues started a long while ago. Actually, the day of 9/11 was the day that it was born, as created as a response to that particular incident, and everything else that is disastrously corrupted about, well, everything involved, humanity in general. We want for you to be artistic. We want for you to be creative type. We want for you to be um, opinionated, critical thinker, deep thinker, somebody with unique ideas and opinions. But you don't have to be. You can just join and watch if you want. Maybe you'll be inspired. Hopefully, will motivate you in some way, and that's what we want. We want everybody to be motivated and inspired. A lot of people recently have asked me um, what the cost of it is. We are free. If something requires funding, we'll do that for you. Don't worry. Um, you just show up to class. You don't have to pay anything but attention. All we want to do is share things. I mean, there are other facets to this. We try to conduct intention experiments. We are hoping to eventually create a larger project with everybody that wishes to be involved. But right now, for the most part, what we are intending to do is create a community for inspiring and motivating each other, for sharing works, for sharing yourself. You can share whatever you want to: pictures, writings, drawings, other people's stuff if you like it, other people's music, whatever you want to share, whatever is a part of you that you want somebody to see as a part of you that you want to express. We want for you to do that here and to help inspire others. Generally positive things we're hoping for. Some of our people are negative. That's okay. There are negative facets to life. But this is the first of what I intend to be weekly videos based on the theme of the week. As themes have developed and it seems everybody kind of coordinates in this sense. Not many of you members are aware of it, but most people tend to be experiencing the same things together. When I speak to you, one-on-one over Messenger, I speak to a lot of you. I do apologize that I haven't gotten with some of the older members. I just really haven't clicked with or developed any reason to have a report. And the newer members, most of the newer members, I do apologize. I haven't gotten around to meeting with you yet. But I mean, to be quite honest, let's just see if you even stick around, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people drop out. A lot of people block me because I'm an abrasive asshole. I'm sorry. That's my job. I'm supposed to be pushing you. I'm supposed to be trying to get the most out of you. And I know that everybody has lives. Everybody has things that they need to be doing, and not everybody has a whole lot of time to spend doing anything else, especially things that they don't see as being important to them. But this is important to everyone, and I'm sure you have a minute to spare. I mean, fuck me, I make a whole hell of a lot of time for every one of you. I know that, again, that's me coming off as a dick, but I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy, especially when a lot of you will turn around and block me or put me down, try to hurt me in some way. It does hurt. It hurts. I care. I care about every one of you, even the dickheads. I love every one of you. I care deeply when somebody says something awful to me or blocks me on fucking Facebook, drops out of the initiative because they don't like me personally. I do not necessarily represent the entirety of the initiative. You do. I just work for you. And I do the best that I can. I know that it pisses some people off, the things I say or the way I behave, but I'm doing the best that I can based on my experience, what I know of things, and more often than not, 9 times out of 10, it works out properly. So if you're the one that feels like I'm just a total shithead, you can tell me that. You can talk to somebody else. You do not have to drop this project and run away. That's childish. At any rate, the first theme of the week that ironically that we'll be talking about here in this video, these videos, is belief, which we've been having a huge dilemma with, a lot of trouble. Everybody's pissed off at me right now. And I don't think it's because I believe some of the things that I do believe. I think it's more just because I don't believe exactly what you do. And it happens to be most people because most people tend to believe the same thing. Now, I am not, as many of you know, an advocate really of believing. I'm an advocate of investigation. I'm an advocate of personal experience. I believe in having evidence, and I believe that in lieu of rock solid proof, you have to use logic, common sense logic. And if something presents as something, chances are it's going to be that. It's not. There isn't a whole lot really. It might come to a shock to some of our conspiracy theorists, and we do have those, but there isn't really a whole lot that's being hidden from you. Like the answers are right in front of you. None of it is hidden from you. You're just, man. Some of you are swept up in these fantasies, and it's understandable. Now, I'm not going to pick out any certain thing and say one thing or another about them. I am going to say that there are very few religions on the planet, very few religions throughout all history that actually demonize somebody, that put somebody down and throw somebody out. They don't have outcasts, really. Most religions are generally promotional for humanity in general, if not you particularly. There are very few religions that actually have demonized figures that are presentable in some way in daily life. And when I see that, I have to ask who stands to profit. I mean, I've seen the world, I've been through the world, I've been in the very worst possible situations you can imagine. Some of the things I've been through, you might not even think are real. And I've seen the true face of humanity and the true face of the world. I've seen how wrong things can really go. So I have to ask who's standing to profit, because somebody is. Somebody is. And no, I don't care where you're getting your information from, what good book you prescribe to, it is not all truth. None of them are. But when somebody is being demonized, and in most cases you might be able to say, well, if somebody's being demonized, then we can take a look at that person, those people. If it's a conflict between two people, we can say, well, let's take a look at this one, let's take a look at that one, and see who's what, right? In our own experience. Well, we can't do that in the case of these religions because there is no actual person. It's a fictitious character that we are to presume is present in some way, and the fact is that it's not even a certain type of person that we can pick out and a suggestible character profile that we can look at. It's just, if they don't believe precisely this, then they must be evil. It, it's absurd, especially considering that the beliefs, the teachings that these religions prescribe to are insanely absurd. Now, every one of them, every religion, all around the world has good things to offer. They all try to teach something good. They all try to bring out the best in people to some extent or another. If a religion is demonizing someone, though, I mean, for the most part, the initiative does not prescribe to any religion. Period. We are not a religious organization by any stretch, but we certainly have to kind of frown upon those that look down on certain people, especially when it's just kind of outcasting anyone who doesn't agree with them. That's a no-no. So that gets me upset, especially considering that I have had to put myself through the breaker so many times to pull people back from the brink who have wanted to kill themselves over this religion and what they found about it. People who have found out the truth about this certain book, whatever it may be, and wanted to kill themselves because of it when they found out that this faith was not true. And, various other facets that make people want to kill themselves or make people hate themselves, look down on themselves because this religion says something. And certain religions that not only badmouth a certain type of person or put down anybody that is not compliant with them, but religions that suggest not only that there is not something inherently fantastic about you just innately, but that there is actually something inherently wrong with you, that you are born wrong. Get real and get real. Now, religions that talk of a god figure that is a dictator that is willing to step in and murder people, these things are these things are terrible, terrible nightmare fantasies made up by people who want you to be afraid. It's boogeymen in the closet bullshit, children's cautionary tales. That's my opinion. Many of our operatives share the same opinion. Just about any spotter on the face of the planet is going to at least lean towards it because it's obvious common sense. It's not, you really got to be a certain type of needy to get fixated with these sorts of things. Again, I'm not calling out any specific religion, and this is just to be shared as my opinion and the opinion of colleagues of mine. This is not the formal representative opinion of the initiative. The formal representative opinion of the initiative, our belief structure, is that we are in fact all together in this. Whatever's happening here, this ride we call life, we're all in the same boat, man. We all need to be working together. There is truly no division. There really is no division between anything here. Like, if you take a cell and you take a look at a cell and then you look closer and you find that there's little pieces, and maybe you break the cell open and there's little pieces inside, you don't think those pieces are separate from the fucking cell, do you? No. Take a look at our planet. Take a look at our cosmos. It all originates from one point of origin. We are all one family. We all are together in this debacle, whatever it is. This great dream we're all having, we're all sharing it. We all share a single consciousness. We all share a single biological structure. We all share life. And that's generally it. That's the bottom line of what the initiative believes or would like to promote, is that we are all together. And if you, for some reason, if you feel the need to disbelieve that, if you actually think there really is something separating you and I or anybody else, then look at it this way. We're here to change that. We intend to win. So there's no other side for you to be on. It's only logical to kind of go with the flow here and help out, because we are in fact here to help you. We are here to work for you. And if there's something to do with me that you disagree with, you can tell me that. There's a good chance that if you talk to somebody else, another spotter, another initiative operative that we have, they won't agree. A lot of them don't agree with me, and that's why I can't ever say that I'm going to argue with you in the sense that I want for any of you to believe the same way as me. I'm not trying to get any of you to think the same way as me. I'm just offering evidence. I'm offering my opinion. I'm offering my perspective in my experience, what I have actually experienced. I do not share something that I do not know. And if I do, I'm going to tell you it's a theory. It's a well founded theory, but I do not know it for sure. And I'm never going to try to convince you to believe what I believe. Trust me, what I believe is fucking crazy. I don't think that a lot of you would manage it. I think that you would just, at the very least, no longer be interested in living in the world that I see. Things that I've seen, the places I've been, what I believe is really happening, I won't even tell you. I don't think that you would handle it well. So that's not an issue. Nobody's trying to push any beliefs on you. That's what the theme of the week here is about. We're not trying to push any beliefs. Nobody wants to push any beliefs. In fact, what we want to do is get people to stop doing that. There's only one thing that we're going to push, one ideology, and that is unity. And I mean, if you argue with that, I'm sorry. If you think that we are not all interrelated, then chances are something is deeply wrong with you. I apologize. It's going to be a psychological issue. I'm not saying that you were born wrong. I'm saying something got fucked up in there along the way because I mean, it's really most of what we want to exchange ideas, opinions, most of what we want to teach. It's not only things that we have seen and proven in our experience collectively that we've shared with each other and we have confirmed, but it's simple fucking common sense, man. It's right in front of your face. None of these things have been hidden from you. In fact, any organization that's looking to control you, unless they're stupid, they're going out of their way to make sure that they tell you the truth. So that later on, when the shit hits the fan, and it will, you can't point the finger back at them and be like, you lied to me, because they didn't. They're not hiding these things from you. It's right out in the open. Some of you got blinders on, man, and I'm sorry if I offend you with my opinions, but I mean, just let me know, and I will stop. I'll go away. I'll stop exchanging my opinions with you, but please do not, you know, get all uproars and fight me on it like you're gonna win because you're not. I mean, if you tell me something that makes more sense than what we know, I will love that and I will wholeheartedly look into it and probably change my mind. But if you try to tell me that you read it in a certain book, so it must be true when it's actually impossible, when you're going to tell me that your ideologies, your religious beliefs contradict each other regularly, that you personally do not correspond or line up properly with the book that you're advocating, and then you expect me to what? Not not be opinionated about that? Sorry. It's personal one-on-one negotiations in this way, and I speak to you people on Messenger. You know, I if I argue something with you, it's only because I feel that you need to hear it. I care about every one of you very much. So, I mean, if I upset you, tell me, and we'll deal with it. Do not fucking block me and drop out, dude. You can talk to somebody else. You can deal with it in a certain way. Shit, I'll placate you and pretend to agree with you if you need me to. don't fucking run away from this. We're trying to do something important here, and every single one of you has a role to play. So thank you for this time, and I don't know. Everybody be excellent. Excellence is a habit. Be excellent as often as possible. Try not to ever stop being excellent. Kila Salai, Terveuni Siari. Namaste.